Alright, so last week we got the chance to go to Fantastic Fest, and let me tell you what an incredible festival year it has been. There is just so many movies on our list that we got the chance to check out at Fantastic Fest. Also went to Sundance and went to South by, and just some of our favorite movies have come from those festivals. So let's get right into this Fantastic Fest and our top 5 movies. I will make a list of all of the movies we watched, rank them, and there will also be reviews for them all coming out in the coming weeks. There were 20 plus movies, and we're still catching up with shows and movies as well. So it's going to take a bit for us to get through all of them, but we have a ton of content for you coming. So make sure you're following us. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening to, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube. Really appreciate you. And we also have our Patreon as well, where you can support us for more on all the things you love. But let's start off with our top 5, and we'll start off with number 5, and that is going to be Sleep. Now, Sleep was, I believe it was actually our first movie we watched of the festival, and immediately the buzz around this movie was something that really got us to want to go see this movie. There was just so many people talking about it. They were saying this was very, very much so a can't miss, and I was just like, I got you. I'm not missing this movie. And so this movie, directed by Jason Yu, is actually a very interesting one for sure. Basically, what you have here is a wife who's becoming worried about her husband's sleeping habits. It starts off little, sleep talking, moving around, all of that, and then it immediately starts getting more and more violent, more and more grotesque. And so she starts to seek the help of people, not just medical experts, but also somebody who knows about sort of spirits and all of that in possession. So now she's battling with wanting to know if this is something more sinister or if it's just something medical. And I really did dig this movie, just how much it sort of went back and forth with the idea of what could it be, what could it not be, and sort of this idea also of this unmeasurable love the wife had for the husband, where she was not going to give up easily on their marriage or any of that, and was going to go to whatever lengths it took in order to make them be back who they used to be. And I really did dig that sort of premise here, and I think Jason, you really nailed it. You have Lee Sung-kyun and Young Yu Mi here starring, and it is such a great film. Very much so one of our top recommendations. The ending is so wild, it is so crazy. Everybody in the theater was losing it, and it is definitely one I truly do recommend. So that one came in at number 5, Sleep from Jason Yu. Now, at number 4, we have a film that I think is going to be a pretty big hit. That film is going to be Strange Darling from J.T. Molnar. This was a film that we got a chance to check out through a screener right before the fest. Would have loved to see this on the big screen because it is shot on 35 millimeters, so super gorgeous film on our computer screen. Could only imagine it on the big screen, right? So we have in this film starring Kyle Gallner as well as Willa Fitzgerald, and let me tell you, both are incredible here. There is just a sort of play that happens where it's like you're wondering what exactly is going on as the story is told in non-sequential order, and so things are going back and forth, and the more this mystery unravels, the crazier it gets. That's all I'll say, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. But first and foremost, that 35 millimeter, gotta talk about it again because it is just gorgeous as soon as it opens. I think Willa Fitzgerald as well as Kyle Gallner play such an incredible role here. It is believable, it is in your face, and it is just something that really gets under your skin at points. There are moments here where you're just wondering what is even happening right now, and you're just like very much so uneasy, on edge. The tension building is incredible here, so very good job on everybody's part for this one. It is one of those films that I'm ready to go see in theater once it opens, because I want to experience this on the big screen. I want to experience it with a crowd, because I think those twists and turns really drive this movie home for me, and I enjoyed every aspect of it. So I can't wait for this to release theatrically so I can get another chance to watch this on the big screen. But Strange Darling comes in at number 4 for us. Now, the next film on our list is a possession movie from Argentina, and this is definitely, I think, the best horror film of the whole festival so far, and could possibly be my favorite horror movie of the year. This movie is When Evil Lurks. When Evil Lurks packs a huge punch when it comes to possession films, as it is a film that takes possession to another level, another face to possession we haven't seen before. Basically, you have this possession that has taken over this small town, and now things are just going straight to the gutter because things are getting very, very bad. This is an evil unlike you've seen before, I feel, in a long, long time, because it is a mean and despicable evil that takes no prisoners. It is just incredible to see how dark, how twisted the movie gets as it goes. Just when you think you get a breather, it just comes out and says, we're going harder. And it is definitely a hard watch, I will say. So warning to you on that, because it is definitely one that was a lot harder to watch for sure. Certain scenes and all of that, depending on how you feel, it is going to be one that's going to get under your skin. Directed by Damian Rugna, who had a film called Terrified and also did a short on the Satanic Hispanics. This one's definitely one that is an incredible watch, and just one that I really recommend to really hardcore horror aficionados who are just always looking for that next big horror film. This one's going to be it for you. When Evil Lurks, it will have a theatrical release today, and then it's going to come to Shudder on October 27th. So look out for this one when you can. And like I said, fair warning, it is brutal. But yeah, that's our number 3 pick. Our number 2 pick is more of a drama epic of sorts. It is directed by Thomas Cayley, and that is The Animal Kingdom, a French film about a world where humans are mutating into animals, and you find these people and how they deal with it. I won't give much more away, but it is a truly horrific coming-of-age story with a lot of heart at its core, and a very, very talented cast. You have Romain Duris, you have Paul Kircher, you have Adele Exarchopoulos, and just an incredible cast, everybody else as well. And I don't want to give too much spoilers for this one either, because I think it's a film really worth seeing as it expands and seeing it for yourself. It is done in a very compelling way as well, even for its fantastical elements. Sometimes those type of things can take you out of a movie, but here it still feels very human, very much so a film that is just an incredible watch. I think everybody does a great job here. Very emotional, myself included, watching this, so loved it very much. That's why it came in at number 2 for us. Now, our number 1 movie of the whole festival, and possibly could be my favorite movie all year, is going to be Conan, or She is Conan, directed by Bertrand Mandico. And this is a film that, my goodness, when I first saw it, could not believe what I was watching unfold. It is just an incredible, incredible film, honestly. Just gorgeous from beginning to end, starring Elena Lowenson as Rainer, who is this sort of, I don't want to get too much away, because I think it's definitely one to check out as soon as you get a chance to. But it is just an incredible feat of filmmaking. I feel it felt so grounded, but at the same time so fantastical. Very poetic shots as well. Very powerful feelings in these shots, and just something I can't get my head out of anymore, because I'm just thinking about it, and I really want to watch it again on the big screen, because it was definitely one that just had this sort of feeling that it was so grandiose, and I really, really loved that about She is Conan. So those were our top 5 films of Fantastic Fest. Very good lineup this year. We have a ton of other ones that could have easily made it up there, and we will talk about those in another segment where we go over all of the movies we watched at Fantastic Fest. So stay tuned for that. But loved all of these films, and like I said, some of them even made it up to my top 10 already. So I'm definitely excited to see what comes next. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, wherever you're listening to, whether it's Spotify or YouTube. And check out any of these movies whenever you get a chance. I really dug them. I think that the one you're going to be able to catch pretty soon is When Evil Lurks. The other ones, I don't know if they have release dates just yet, but stay tuned for that. I'll announce them when they do. But as always, that's going to do it for me. Follow us on everywhere for all the things you love. Check out our reliever review for The Exorcist. We are believers, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.